Hi there. Welcome to Tuesday Talks Outside the Box with Lori Lemasters of CarePartnersResource.com
and Nadine Roberts Cornish, author of Tears in My Gumbo, The Caregiver's Recipe for Resilience, and founder of The Caregiver's Guardian.
Awesome. So today we're going to shoot straight to the box and let's find out what our topic of conversation is going to be.
I can't wait to find out what we're talking about today. And our topic is, help is not a dirty four-letter word.
That's right.
Okay, and help, H-E-L-P. So what is it about caregivers not asking for help? When probably more than anybody that I can think of, anyone I can think of, caregivers need a whole lot of help. But yet we have a problem asking for it.
I think part of the problem is that first of all, I was a caregiver for 8 years to my mom and my dad before they passed. Nadine,
15 years
for her mom.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is it becomes how you identify yourself. If you haven't seen anybody in a while, they ask you, hey, what are you up to? How you been? Oh, I'm a caregiver to my mom now, or caring for my dad, or, my husband had cancer, so now I'm caring for him. One of the challenges is that we need to remember, caring for a loved one is something we're doing. It's not who we are.
Oh, you need to say that again.
Caring for a loved one is not who you are. It's what you're doing. It's like a job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what happens is that when you feel like it's who you are, if you ask for help, suddenly you become a personal failure. You're not doing it right. You're not who you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Okay. That's a really, really good rationale for it, right? So how do we break that? Because, we go to a job for 8 or 10 hours a day, sometimes 12 hours a day, and then we get to leave that job.
Yeah.
So this is a 24/7 job for so many caregivers.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we, when it's a 24/7 job, how do we recognize, how are we able to figure it out?
Yeah.
Because we're living and breathing caregiving.
I know. But think of your moments of self-care. Think of a minute for yourself as just that. Mm-hmm. So I think that what happens oftentimes in our world, or the world of caregivers, is that for practical reasons, businesses that come in and offer care, they can come in and take care of your loved one. It's spoken in 3-hour, 8-hour, 24-hour, and it's not even spoken in language we understand. It's called respite care, right? What even is that?
It's a break, right? It's a break. Who gets to take a break, right?
Yeah.
But you bring up a really important point, that there are resources available. So even when it's a 24/7 responsibility for you, it should not be your 24/7 job. And so you offset that by accepting help.
Definitely.
By identifying resources. If you have the resources, if you're fortunate enough to have resources and you can have someone come in to support you, by all means, take full advantage of that.
And Nadine and I both get it. We're perfectionists. So we resisted help a lot because we were like, well, that person, for me, it was, they don't transfer my mom right. They don't do it, the correct way that I do it, or they're never going to understand her because my mom couldn't speak. She had expressive aphasia after her stroke. And so I was always afraid to leave her with somebody who didn't understand her or, whatever. But the reality is you need to ask yourself, what? Are they safe? If I go to the grocery store for an hour and then go get my hair done, this company that's coming in to care for my mom might not do it exactly the way I do it, but is mom safe?
Oh, yes. Absolutely. And it's the same way when a relative or a friend comes in, right? And you let people help you on their terms, right? Allow them to do what it is that they love to do. In my work with caregivers, we've started Share the Care Teams. And Lots of Helping Hands is another organization where we bring community
Free, by the way.
together, right? To support. Community comes together and it's an organized way to support family caregivers and to support the person who's sick or going through a special challenge and allowing people to do whatever it is that they feel comfortable doing. I've got one group, they have an individual, she loves to dust. She won't do anything else, but she will sign up for care teams so that she can come in and dust because she loves the figurines and cleaning and shining, and that is her thing. Okay, I do too. But
so you might, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You might ask yourself though, everybody stop asking you. Right?
Yes.
You might be a couple years into the caring process now, and people have stopped coming around and they've stopped asking you,
right.
Do you need help?
Yes. And so now you've got to just roll up your sleeves and say, you know what? I'm going to let people know that I need help.
Exactly.
I need help because things have changed in my life. Physically, I can no longer continue to try to be super caregiver. I need support. I need to bring someone else into this process. I need to bring a lot of people into this process.
Sure. And so I think a really good time to do it is, let's say your loved one had a cold, something really minor, just a minor little cold or the flu, or you have a cold, or, unfortunately, sometimes for caregivers, something major can happen. I remember one time I was transferring my mom, we both fell, and I sprained my ankle, and I still didn't ask for help. Oh, superwoman over here, I can do it all myself. I broke my wrist and sprained my ankle, and here I was still transferring my mom because I wouldn't accept help.
Wow.
I know, hard-headed.
Yeah.
But those are the opportunities to reach back out and say, you know what, I know I said everything was okay.
Exactly.
I was fine.
But I'm not anymore.
No, things have changed.
Exactly. And I do need your help.
Yeah.
And whatever it is that you can bring to the table. Here's my list of things that I do in the course of a day. You look at it and determine what works best for you, whatever you're comfortable doing. I would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. And that doesn't make you a personal failure. It makes you a human.
It makes you smart.
Makes you a smart human.
And on top of that, it really expands the world of you and your caregiver, because not your caregiver, but your caree.
Yeah.
It really expands their world, because no matter how amazing you are, they get tired of looking at your face 24/7. They want to look at someone else differently. They want to hear somebody else's story, right? And it's refreshing for you, and it's respite for you. It's a break.
And guess what? Even when someone comes in, if you're not comfortable leaving, take a book and sit out on the porch then.
Exactly.
And just breathe in the fresh air, read a book, or watch your favorite show on your laptop or your computer, sitting outside. Get away from the caregiving situation while someone else is doing the duty. But you might, the first few times you might not be comfortable leaving, so don't.
Exactly.
But it's still respite because you're not actually doing all of that.
You've taken a mental and a physical break. And with that said, one of the tools that we both used during the course of our caregiving journey was the journal, right? Taking that time to just, escape and sit outside, sit in your favorite room in your home, and just, for me, it's meditation and it's journaling.
Yeah.
Right?
And sometimes you write about something that really frustrated you, and sometimes you write about something you love. Sometimes you write about how you're feeling. I personally teach therapeutic writing classes, and there's just so many ways to journal. And Nadine, I don't remember if you talk about that in your book.
So I don't really talk about journaling so much. I talk about self-care, and I list journaling as one of those things, but don't really go in depth in it.
And the book again is?
My book is Tears in My Gumbo, The Caregiver's Recipe for Resilience. I can't wait for your book.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're a caregiver, not a saint.
I love that. That's the title. Awesome.
That is the title.
Fantastic.
So as we wrap up today, we just wanted to let you know that it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to receive help. And if you have a different topic you'd like us to broach, you can reach me at Lori at CarePartnersResource.com.
And I can be reached at Nadine at TCGcares.com.
Have a great day.